Hi folks, it's Dawn from Create to 8 and Create with Confidence, and this is day 4 of our Ephemera Library, and today what we're going to work on are collage pockets and floating pockets. And I'm actually going to make collage pockets and floating pockets out of both of them. And we're just using, I'm using this Meadows, Wildflower Meadows journal that I made out of my Wildflower Meadows kit. But you can use any journal you have, okay? You don't need that because I'm not using items that are specifically from that journal. I'm using items that you can get that you have floating around. So here are two examples, and here are two examples. Both of them are collages, and both of them are floating envelopes. So by floating, they're not going to be glued in. What they're going to be done is they're just going to be tucked in someplace, and so they need to be decorated on the front and the back. Okay, and the same with these. They need to be decorated on the front and the back. So for today's video, what you're wanting to have are 2 coin envelopes. Okay. So I'm using these envelopes that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree. So they're just these envelopes here. If you don't have coin envelopes, you can make some. Just check at yesterday's video, video number 3, where I made some coin envelopes. So you can make some coin envelopes pretty easily out of any paper you've got. And we're also going to use junk mail. So just grab some junk mail. Doesn't matter what they are, but if you've got some that have the envelopes, the windows, that's even better. Okay, because we'll be using the windows. If you don't have the windows, that's fine too. You don't need the windows. I just like the windows. If you don't have junk mail, no problem. Grab a sheet of paper, just letter size, whatever you've got, A4, and fold it over so that it's about 3.5 inches. Okay, and then on this side, what you want to do is just leave about 1/2 inch, so cut just about 1/2 inch, just so you can fold over and have something to glue right there to make just this tube right here, okay? And you can use that. This is my gluing paper right here. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing. So I'm going to glue this page. So I'm just gluing along the edges where that original glue was. I'm folding that. And then I'm going to glue and fold that. Just like that. Okay, so I've got those 2 done. Let me go ahead and get these cut. So I've got some scissors here. Okay. And I'm just going to cut the tops off here. Just trim along the edges. And I usually do this with the cutter so that they're even. Okay. Just do one at a time here. Okay, so no special tools are needed here, at least not yet. Okay. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to end up folding this up like this. So we want this window to show. So I'm going to fold, and I'm not really measuring, but if you were to measure, this is about 3 inches. Okay, so that's a good measurement there. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that was filming. A lot of times I'll forget to start filming. So I'm just going to fold that. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Just so I know where this pocket is. Okay. And then I'm going to start putting on some book pages. So I have got scrapbook pages over here. Oh, look at that pretty bird. I need to cover him up. Well, that would be upside down. It's another pretty bird. Okay. Old Abe. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this. I really want a longer book page. Let's see what else I got over here. Oh, lots of scrap paper. Let's see. Oh, solar energy. Doesn't that sound like fun? Okay, let's use that. Because we're going to cover it up. So I'm just going to glue that on there. Like so. Let me set that aside for a minute. What else have I got here? Oh, this is pretty. About the Appalachians. I live here. I should know better. Appalachians. Okay, let's do this one. Same thing. Okay, we can either do that way or do that way. I'll just use the text. Let me get all the way up here. And the corners. Okay. Make sure it's nice and on there. And then let's just cut this. Okay. You may notice that I don't have green hands today. It took less than 24 hours for Tim Holtz Distress Inks to wash off my fingers. Okay. So that's if anybody ever wonders, that's how long it takes. That's if you wash your hands as often as I do. Between the art and the farm, I wash my hands a lot. So that's how long it took. I'll just set this aside, and we'll go ahead and do this. Still got some glue sitting up there. Okay. And I'm not going to worry about this in here. Just going to fold this again, and I'm not going to worry about that text being upside down either. Okay. So we've got that on there. Now what I want to do is cover these sides right here. So for this one, I'll just go back to here. And Thousand and one pencils, and I can't find a one. Tear that. And cut this like that. And for this one, there's no way I'm going to get that skinny tear there. So let me see if I can get a straight line. And the rain's starting. Hubby had wanted to go fishing today, and I'm like, I don't think so. So it's gonna be raining. Got up this morning, it was nice and pretty, and he's like, we should have gone fishing. I'm a fair weather fisher. I don't like being out in the rain when it's, especially when there's a downpour like it is now. This is what they call light rain here. We're getting these downpours. Yesterday's light rain, we got 2 inches in an hour. I'm in western North Carolina, and that rain comes down from the mountain. Not fun. Okay. That should do it. Does that do it? That'll work. We're going to add some lace around the window, so and we're going to ink around this. Okay. Okay, so now we've got it covered in paper. Set that aside and let that finish drying. And we'll go with this one now. Actually, let me do it from this side. So maybe my text will be straight. We'll see. See, Cades Cove, not too far from here. Been there. It's cool. Okay. I know I was talking about my horse Son the other day in a different video. We've ridden all over the Smokies. He's not riding on the Smokies anymore. He's retired. He's in his 30s. And then Rain, I haven't taken out yet. We're not ready to go out. Plus, my riding buddies are gone. They've moved. We've all gotten older. And so life happens. So I'll probably just ride her around here. Maybe if I find somebody to ride with, I can go up to, what is that? Big Creek. Up on the corner of Tennessee and North Carolina. There's that Deep Creek. I always get the two confused. It's not far from here. But since Helene knocked out I-40, it takes forever to get there. It's really only about 20 miles. But heavens. It does take a long time. Okay, there we go. Especially because there's usually an accident. There's only 2 lanes. Amazing what that rain did, moving the water around. Just when Helene came through. Just could not describe it. And yeah, people are still affected by it. Okay, so we got that. Probably getting glue on that. Let's tear this off and use this. We can get it even up. And let me just get this, try to get this a little torn edge here. And about right there, if I can do that. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this because there's no way I'd be able to get a torn edge there. Sweet, okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to sit down here and standing up doing this. Okay, so now we got these. Now what I want to do is do a little hole, a little thumb hole here, and a little thumb hole here. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay. Going to bring this in here. And let's see about the center there. Do a little thumb hole, not big, just a little one, because we don't have much space up there. And same here, we don't have a whole, well, here we have a lot of real estate. Open this. And do one there. Okay, same thing here. And then come up here, put one in here. Just a little one. I know this is uneven. trying to decide if it's the wording or if it's the cutting that's so bad. I know the wording is uneven. Oh, the cutting's uneven too. Okay. I like that's really working with my my OCD, obsessive compulsive. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. Okay, so now we can go in here and do this. About the center, and get that. Okay. Now I'm going to get some brushed corduroy here. I do like the photo, vintage photo. I just don't know where I put it. So we're using this. I'm going to scrunch a little further around, a little harder around the edges. Get around here. I mean the corners. Okay, so I got that. Get around here. Around there. Okay, like that. Come down here. Let's get that. And just come around here, okay? One done, one to go. I'm just going to do the same thing here. Yep, just need to glue that better. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but I get more junk mail than I get anything else. So anytime I can find a use for it, I'm good with it. And junk journaling is definitely the way to use it. So you can find all sorts of uses for it in junk journaling. Okie dokie. I think we got everything done there. Yep, we do. Okay, still not gluing it yet. Got things to do. And get a drink. Okay, so now we want to pretty it up some. So here's where you get some pretty pages, whatever you got. We are going to put something in here and here, and we're going to slide some things down here. So if you have like these little booklets here, these things are great. Let me find my flowers or whatever I'm going to put on here first. And then I'll decide what I'm going to tuck in. That'll be the easiest thing to do. And they don't have to be flowers, they can be anything you want. Whatever you like. Let me see what I got here. There's some butterflies. Okay. I got these things at Walmart for $5. I thought that was great. And they make awesome containers for ephemera. flowers, flowers. Okay, flowers. I got lots of flowers here. Got some butterflies, got some people. People are black and white, but that's okay. And I've got some, I got some paper. Got some more paper yesterday because I was printing stuff out. And I was trying to print on 2 pages. My printer decided, nope, it didn't want to do that. So, I have some pages that didn't quite print out right, but they would be pretty, like this one right here, to go with these collages. So let me start with the book page. Okay, let me get out the tea bag, a book page, and some pretty ephemera. Okay, go with that. So I'm just going to rip up these book pages. Tea bags are wonderful things, especially because they're partially see-through. So put them down and they still show the text underneath. And we use a lot of tea, so that works great for us. Let's see. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, my little birdie. A little key there. Something like that. Maybe a little label. That's pretty. Not too big. Let's see what all we got here. Again, I'm pretty sure these are Tracy Fox labels. Okay. Something like that, maybe? And then up here, I'm going to have lace. And another flower, or these pretty butterflies. I don't know where I got these butterflies, folks, and I'm sorry about that. Oops, keep the flower out. I've had them for a while, so I just I want to put the butterfly there because I'm going to put a grommet there. Okay, so that. Then this one. May not use that. Let's see. There. I know, I'm just having issues with this one. Maybe just like that. And then let me find another flower. Pink one. Oops, I don't like that. Oh, look at that pretty butterfly. Oh, look at that dragonfly. Oh, I like that dragonfly. Okay, dragonfly it is. Still want to use that though. Maybe, maybe a little bit of this because of that dragonfly color. Let me just put this aside. Trying to tie it in here. It's hard to see when you're sitting down, which is why I was standing up earlier. A lot of times I'll do something and then I'll take a picture of it with my telephone and look at the picture, and the picture will let me know whether or not I'm on the right path. Maybe that way. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. Because you'll see something in the picture that you don't see with the naked eye. Okay, so I'm just going to ink around the edges here with these. And I don't care if I tear the paper or not. Matter of fact, some pages I tear on purpose. Oops. Not going to ink around that. Afraid I'm going to hurt one of his wings or something. Okay. So let me do this one first, because that was the one I had the most problems with. So we had that down there. Then we had this. Right. Then we kind of tuck this underneath it. Not exactly like that. It's close enough. So let me get this glued. Okay. And then we had this, like kind of like that. I need to connect those. I like that word giggle sticking out. And then we had him. I would like this flower better over there. Look at that. That and that match. Matchy, matchy. Okay, let's use that one over there instead. Put it right there. Okay, we're not going to put him on yet because we want to put lace around there. Just put that aside for a second. And let's go with this one. This one we had this over here. So I think I want to put it over here because that's over there. So let me just do that. And then did we have this on top? And this on top of that. It's like that, I can't remember. Close enough, right? Okay, so let's get this. So this ragged edge is over there. Get this. There, there. Like that. Okay, we'll have this guy going across all 3 pages here. Right down there. Okay, these flowers here I know I got at Temu. Okay. So we got that. Now let's get some lace around here. Okay, so I'm just going to put some right there. If I could cut even, this sure would save me a lot of cuts. Okay. That. And that just evened on. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, see how we want to put this. And then put this over it like that, which ends up right about there. And just glue it down. Okay, same thing right here. Just going to glue it down, and then up here like that. So we got like a little window with kind of like little curtains there. Okay. Okay, so now do the same thing over here. Do y'all have that same problem? That you just can't cut straight? Because I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, I know Edith that scrapbooking with me has that affliction too. She mentions it a lot in her videos. She can't cut straight, so I know I'm in good company. And we are getting close here. Okay, so we've basically got the same color flowers on both of them. So The other day I used one of these, but I used it on one that the window wasn't that large. So let me see what we got here. Look at those. Oh, those are so pretty. So let me see how this would fit in there, like that. And then we've got, I like this dragonfly, which I'm breaking his little back here. We've got some blue there, and a little bit of blue there. I like that. Okay, so we'll use that as the inside of that one. Let me get these out of the way for a second. We'll need them again in just a minute. And let me get a glue stick here. That might be easier to put in with the glue stick than with the other glue on it, because it won't be as wet. At least that's what I'm thinking. The other ones I did yesterday, I did with glue sticks in them, so this is going to have a glue stick also. So let me pick it up, open the sky up, and come in here. I'm trying to keep it close to the window here. And remember that we're not going to see this bottom part. I'm just trying to get it straight, or as straight as it can possibly be with me at the helm, and press it down. And then come here, little guy. Come on. I know we're going to get that little back of yours. Make sure you get your head. Let's see if we can just glue you down. Not going to like it with that. Don't like it with that lace there, do you? Yep. Just do this then. Yeah, I'm a patient person. I spent 4.5 hours working on a printer the other day because it wouldn't scan something. Yep, I'm that type of person. Okay. You are going to work for me today. I once told a horse of mine who wouldn't stand still when we were trying to get on her. And I was making her stand still. Every time she moved, I'd back her up and try it again. I told her, I said, I can do this all day long. I have more patience than you do. She finally believed me and stood still. Okay, so that is not wide enough. Oh, those. What else have I got in here? You wide enough? See, I cut these yesterday, so I know I've got some that are, yay, wide enough. So we just want to put these in so that if you don't want to see this black and white or whatever's inside, we're just covering that up. So I'm just going to cut that one. This one's got to be real small, real thin, because that line is real thin. Dang it, just can't cut straight. So let's do this. Yep, I can out-stubborn a horse any old day. Because I am patient enough to do it. Because that's why I was a programming teacher. Which is funny because when I was younger, I had absolutely no patience. I don't know if I learned that from waiting on tables, probably. I just answered my own question. Or from dealing with animals. I've dealt with a lot of rescue animals in my life. And they require a lot of patience, a lot of quiet, a lot of repetition. They need to know they're safe. Okay. So we got the front done on that one. I'm going to turn the back over. And we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're just going to get this so that it's not all straight. Put that on there. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got that little bird. That flower. Got this orange piece. This orange piece. I decided was not big enough for that. That piece. And I don't like that. Don't like that. That label. It's that label I don't like. It's not perfect for this. Do I like that? I like that. Like that on there. Does it matter if the rose is upside down? And what else? Keep wanting to put that on something. Wish y'all could tell me yay or nay. Like that? We'll go with that. I'm pretty sure somebody said yay. Okay. So we got that there. Okay, got that. Just put that aside for a second. Got this guy. We just need to put the butterfly on. Yeah, I'm switching them because I want to put antennas on them.
Okay, just little like things down there. Put your head down. Keep those down. There we go.
Okay, same thing back here. We're going to find some paper. Okay, so we can find some paper. Gonna find some book page or something. A little something something. Look, that has orange in it. Oh, where'd that leaf go? Well, something, something. cluster right there, maybe? What do I need, folks? What do I need? No, I'm working on it. Like that. Okay, so we got the back, but that one done. The front's done. Got the front from this one done. So now all we need to do is add some paper in here. And up top, oh, we need to put something in there too. Let's do that first. Let's see what we got here. Oh, hold on, look at that. Kind of like that. Maybe. Like that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, sorry about that interruption there. It was a nice interruption. It was my husband. He was wanting to know if I'd had lunch yet, which I haven't. I'm going to just go ahead and cut that off. Just a touch there. So, I told him I'd finish this section of the video, and then I'd go up and make us some chicken salad rolls. The question was really, I'm hungry, honey, and would you fix us some lunch? But that's not how he put it. You know, guys are. Sorry if you're a guy, I don't mean to be insulting you. So that's how my husband is. Okay. So we're going to have it like that. So let's put this. Okay. Put this in here. Come on, behave for me. Don't want you gluing yet. So I get you down where I want you. Then you can glue. Now I gotta get you up where I want you. Okay, there we go. And then for you, where did I put that little strip? Here it is. I'm just going to stick it in here. Like so. And I was looking on one and I thought it'd be really cute if I had two little, not eyelets, but, okay, somebody tell me. These things. Maybe they are eyelets. No, they're not eyelets. I don't know what they are right now. Okay, so I'm going to put those in. If I can find. My punch. There it is. Tried to have everything lined up where I needed it. Itty bitty ones. I just want to, something smaller. Just want to put little holes, like right close to the edge. And this is just for decoration. So just right there. That. I think that was cute. And another one about right there. I'm trying to hide the little grommet thingies. Let's see if I can just cut them a little bit. And then, so that they don't get snagged on anything, when somebody's putting something in and out of this what I'm going to do is just glue I know it's probably more trouble than it's worth, but they're cute. A little bit of washi tape over them. All right, I glued that one. You let that dry for a minute. I'm not going to do that for this one. This one I'm just going to go ahead and get the sides here. Okay. And I'm going to put a clip there. Put a clip there. One there, one there. Let that dry. Now, I'm just going to cut this off. Put some glue down here. And put some glue up here. Fold that over and do the same thing here. So I'll have to get more clips. There's one. These are little sewing clips here, but they work. Okay. Whatever I can get. Okay. Let's do this. I want to make sure that where that is nice and glued down. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside to dry. So we've got one behind here, 2 and 3. Okay, and I'm going to go fix hubby some lunch.